Today we have a marriage made in heaven with a Gouda honey nut phyllo light appetizer. Just a few things to remember when you're working with phyllo and you want to defrost. It has to go into the refrigerator very, very slowly. Don't leave it on your countertop. Not very good idea. The other thing is when you're working with it, you have to work fast and it dries up quite quickly. So what I've done here is I've taken a dish towel and I just ran it under cold water, wring it really well, and that'll keep it moist so you can work in between layers. We're using a total of 4 layers. And don't worry, it will break sometimes. We can patch it up with a bit of butter, and once it gets baked, you don't even see it. All the ingredients are at the end of the segment, so I'm using zucchini and some walnuts and really nice honey. But in this recipe, if you want to use something else, sometimes I have some fresh figs, sometimes I have some beautiful pears in autumn. You can switch it around. The honey and nuts really, really work well here. So we continue with our third. So over top like this. Another little bit of butter. We haven't talked about the cheese here. Today I'm using Canadian Gouda, a really nice nutty and creamy cheese. And I have to admit that often as a pick-me-up, I'll have some of that with a little glass of wine around 5, especially if I had a busy day. We don't butter the last layer. In the meantime, my oven's preheating at 400 degrees, so you want to make sure you always do that beforehand. We're going to start with some zucchinis. I'm going to sprinkle zucchinis over top, some walnuts, and you could use anything you want here. If you'd rather use hazelnuts, that would work. Whatever you have on hand. Pine nuts would work well too. Then we have some honey, about 2 tablespoons, and you'll just want to drizzle it up, messy. I'm quite generous. Next we're going to season a little bit of salt, some black pepper, and of course we're going to finish with the star here, some really nice Canadian Gouda. Mozzarella would work too, and Canadian provolone would also work. Go. Just a little bit more. It's fine. One little tip I use is that I try to score it. This makes about 24 pieces. So we'll do 6 and 4 on this side, or smaller pieces if you want to just offer little bites. And this would be a nice way to end a meal too. Just replace the zucchini with some fruit and you can have it with a little cup of espresso or tea and it'd be perfect. I'm going to put this in a preheated oven. That'll be ready in about 10 minutes. Yes, it is. It's too hot for me to eat right now, but you can see where I've scored it. Little places, I'll be able to cut in a little while. I'll just wait. But in the meantime, time for a pick-me-up. Very nice.